Headlines for this week include the countdown to commencement, International Women's Day, and the snowstorm that hit our region earlier this week. Stay tuned. WMCM's Week in Review is next.
Hello, and thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. I'm Charlie Sharif.
And I'm Hannah Betcher. Listen up, graduates. Countdown to Commencement is taking place tomorrow from 11 until 3 in the bookstore. The event is a one-stop shop for all your graduation needs. Students graduating in May will be able to order their cap and gown, graduation announcements, and class rings. The event is It Makes Sense will be there to answer financial questions, along with Career Services, who will be offering advice and guidance to students entering the job market. Students will also be able to enter a contest to win an alumni sweatshirt, among other prizes. If you are unable to attend the countdown to commencement, the bookstore can send graduation materials to you. To take advantage of that service, you can call the bookstore starting on March 19th. For more information regarding commencement, visit uwlax.edu/commencement checklist.
In other news, West Virginia teachers were back in class on Wednesday, March 7th, after Governor Jim Justice approved a 5% pay raise for public employees. And that's ending a nearly two-week-long strike. Along with the pay raise, teachers will receive a 16-month freeze on health premiums as well. Before the strike, West Virginia teachers were among the lowest paid in the United States, ranking number 48 out of 50. The success of this movement has inspired teachers in other states like Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Arizona to consider taking action for themselves. Teachers in these states are struggling with reduced pensions, budget cuts, and decreased state funding, which were major factors in the West Virginia strike.
Tomorrow is the last day of classes before spring break officially starts, leaving students wondering where the time went. UWL's spring break is the week of March 12th through the 16th, a week before the rest of the University of Wisconsin system, and is bound to find students taking part in a variety of different activities. For some, it means a week of pulling some extra hours at work and rolling in that dough. For others, it means indulging in the coveted amenities of home, like sleeping in late and home-cooked meals. For the lucky few, it means tropical travels, margaritas on the beach, and questionable decisions. No matter what your spring break plans entail, we here at WMCM hope you have a good and safe time. And remember, classes will resume on Monday, March 19th. Last weekend, we sent a WMCM crew to Myrick Park to check out a collaborative fundraiser. Let's take a look.
On Saturday, runners headed to Myrick Park with their running shoes and their leashes for the annual Coulee Chase 5K. This fun run is a collaboration between the UWL Athletic Training Program and the Coulee Region Humane Society.
We kind of run this organization for NATA, the National Athletic Training Association. It's a good way to get people to come with the dogs and raise money for our organization and a local communities organization.
Participants had lots of reasons for lacing up for the big race.
Then I have a son who goes to UW La Crosse, and he's studying to be an athletic trainer, so we are here supporting him today. So it'll be fun to run with all the dogs today. And it's a great day to be outside in La Crosse because the weather's beautiful.
Students say that there are multiple benefits with events like these.
This is a great event to raise money for your local Humane Society and learn more about kind of our profession, because not a lot of people know about us athletic trainers. We're not only for sports. Yes, we are athletic trainers, but we also do a lot of things within our community too. We do a lot of volunteering that I think goes unseen, that people don't really know about, and we put a lot of time into this profession.
And if you asked Reagan why to participate in the Coulee Chase, she'd say, why not?
It's great to come out and have fun with your dogs and meet a lot of other dogs too, so it's a lot of fun.
For WMCM, we are Ann Drews, Ryan Conlin, and Tori Eggleston.
Now here's Allie Schatzman to talk about campus events to catch up before you leave for break.
Thanks, Charlie. Spring break is just around the corner, but there are still plenty of events to check out on campus before you leave. Tonight, the Campus Activities Board is holding its weekly free event in the Student Union. This week's event is Condom Bingo, which will take place from 6 to 7 p.m. in the Entertainment Cafe. If bingo isn't your thing, then head on over to the Center for the Arts for some live entertainment. The UWL Symphonic Band is holding their first concert of the semester tonight. The concert starts at 7:30 p.m. in Annette Recital Hall, and admission is free, so you don't have to worry about diving into your spring break budget for this one. The band will be playing a wide variety of songs to put you in a good mood for the upcoming weekend. I'll be there performing on stage, so come and see if you can find which instrument I play. Finally, if you're still around tomorrow afternoon, the Center for Advancing Teaching and Learning will be putting on a two-part presentation titled Strategies to Reduce Unnecessary Cognitive Load During Lectures. The presentation focuses on what causes our brains to go over their processing capacities and what we can do to try to prevent it in the future. The presentation starts at 1:30 p.m. in room 153 in Murphy Library and goes until 3 p.m. Registration is open online and, once again, is free to attend. So all you'll have to think about over spring break is how efficient you're going to be once you come back. And that's all for this week's Live Shot. Now back to you, Charlie.
The U.S. Embassy in Mexico has issued a travel warning for a popular tourist hotspot. Following a security threat and an explosion aboard a ferry which left 26 people injured, the embassy is barring U.S. government employees from traveling to Playa del Carmen. The U.S. consular agency in the popular resort town will also be closed. They closed until further notice. The embassy added on its website that it received information regarding a security threat last Wednesday, prompting the embassy to bar employees from taking ferries between Playa del Carmen and Cozumel. So for those of you planning on spring breaking in Mexico, especially near Playa del Carmen, make sure you exercise extra caution and stay safe this coming week. The Coulee Region Humane Society has many pets in need of loving homes. Here's some of the animals available in this week's edition of Perfect Pets.
Hi there, my name's Winnie. I'm a sweet girl who loves to take cat naps and cuddle up with my favorite people. If I sound like your kind of girl, apply for me today.
Hi, I'm Acacia, and I'm full of spunk. I'm very outgoing and would fit right into just about any home. If you want a friend who loves to play, consider taking me home.
Hi, I'm Julio, and I love to explore new places. I'm a little shy at first, but once I get to know you, I can be very affectionate. Will you find me a forever home?
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Coulee Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Once again, the phone number for the Coulee Region Humane Society is 608-781-4014. The 90th Annual Academy Awards, better known as the Oscars, took place this past weekend. The Oscars have a long and notorious history of lacking diversity, but this year's ceremony saw more diversity than ever before. Jordan Peele became the first black writer to win for original screenplay. The Shape of Water became the second movie with a female screenwriter to win Best Picture since World War II, and Daniela Vega became the first openly trans presenter. The Oscars as a whole are becoming more and more of a political statement, with hosts and presenters alike voicing their stances on political issues. While many are encouraged by the Oscars' more progressive moves, some say it still isn't enough, with the hashtag #OscarsSoWhite trending on Twitter. This week, the UWL and the city of La Crosse as a whole was blindsided by a snowstorm, which started late last Monday night. We sent a WMCM crew to learn more about the storm's effect on campus.
Monday and Tuesday of this week, the UWL campus got hit with a snowstorm, 6.1 inches officially at the La Crosse airport and 8.3 in places like West Salem. But on campus, we got a lot of snow and it was pretty cold. This late winter snowfall made travel to and from class difficult for UWL students and faculty late Monday night and into Tuesday morning. One student in particular, Jake Tunis, was hoping for class to be canceled as a result of the snowfall.
I was 50-50. Last night while I was doing my homework in the library, I was kind of hoping they would be canceled, but at the same time, like, There was 50. It depends on if the plows or when the snow stopped this morning.
Other students, such as Elise Baumgartner, were surprised by the severity of the storm.
I mean, I heard that there was going to be snow, but I didn't know it was going to be like a blizzard.
One student, Haley, sounded like she had a rough journey to class early Tuesday morning.
I had to walk across the whole campus. It took me 20 minutes. I even slipped and got slush all over my shoes, but I made it.
This storm not only brought snow to campus, but also brought its share of wind. The La Crosse Regional Airport reported gusts as high as 46 miles an hour, which made it hard to drive and even walk around campus. The overall consensus of students was that travel was difficult on campus late Monday night and into Tuesday, and the hope is that this will be the last snowstorm of the year and the weather will get warmer and drier as we head into the spring. I'm Hunter Baumgart,
Aaron Gallo,
and Johnny Marthaler. Back to you in the studio. In the era of Me Too and Time's Up movements, International Women's Day today finds us with a sense of urgency and determination. Many feminist and activist groups around the world have done their part to celebrate women and highlight the continuing issues surrounding gender inequality. Including right here on campus, UWL joins organizations around the world in commemorating International Women's Day through a celebration and panel including appetizers and a social followed by a panel of women from Colombia, Ghana, India, and Romania, talking about both advances and continuing challenges in achieving gender equality in their native countries. This event takes place starting at 5 o'clock tonight in Centennial's Hall of Nations. Be sure to celebrate all the wonderful women in your life, including Hannah. I'd love to celebrate you this day.
Oh, thank you, Charlie.
Of course.
You're too kind.
Each week, the WMCM crew goes out and talks to your fellow peers in a segment we call Campus Insight. With midterms behind us, one can't help but dread this semester's round of finals. Let's take a trip down memory lane and see what students thought of the last round of spring finals.
For Campus Insight, we decided to ask students how they really felt about finals coming up.
So are you planning on crying in public this finals week?
I didn't plan on it, but if there's studies that show that's something that helps, I might think about it.
You heard it here first, folks.
Are you planning on crying in public during finals week?
I actually already have cried in public about 3 times, so I plan to continue with that, yeah.
It's kind of shy. What are you doing to prepare for finals week?
As of right now, I haven't started, but I'm going to prepare starting today, actually, and I'm going to utilize Sunday a lot.
You heard it here first. Fake news. Sierra's not going to study. So, Ellie, how have you been dealing with finals?
Well, I haven't.
All right, we got to get one more person. Oh, here's one. All right. So, how do you plan on studying for finals? How do you plan on studying for finals?
I plan on going to the library.
What? Ow. Guess you heard it here first. For this year's final Campus Insight, it's been Carter Meyer and Colin Elliott. Back to you guys in the studio.
Look for the WMCM crew around campus for a chance to have your opinions heard on next week's Campus Insight. And now, here's Tyler Bem with a review of the movie The Truman Show.
Imagine being the star of an international TV reality show. Imagine that every second of your life was broadcast for the world to see. Now imagine all of this happening without your knowledge for over 30 years. This is The Truman Show. Jim Carrey plays Truman Burbank, a man who is unknowingly the star of a worldwide phenomenon that films and broadcasts every moment that he lives. The movie hilariously follows as Truman starts to realize that things are a little off in the world that he lives in. Truman will do any and everything to find out what is going on in his reality. This leads to hysterical and iconic scenes within the movie. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, another dumb Jim Carrey movie where he makes dumb fart jokes. This could not be further from the truth. The movie is smarter than it looks. Peter Weir, the director of the film, did a masterful job with the cinematography. The Truman Show uses many hidden cameras to broadcast the show to the world, and the movie uses many of these hidden cameras throughout the film to show just how people in this universe would watch the show at home. But enough of me talking about the film. Let's look at the trailer so you can see for yourself.
The Omnicam Corporation created the ultimate reality-based television experience, The Truman Show. Beginning with the child's birth, they set out to document an entire human life, every single moment, broadcast live to the world. They created his hometown of Sea Haven, all of it completely enclosed within the dome of the Truman stage. Cue the sign. And even though the Truman Show has become an international phenomenon, Truman himself has never learned the true nature of the world around him.
It's television! Yes!
Despite some close calls. Every aspect of his life has been carefully scripted and meticulously crafted. But the one thing no one could predict was who Truman Burbank would grow up to be.
Good morning!
Morning!
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I hereby proclaim this planet Trumania of the Burbank Galaxy. Trumania, Trumania, I love and honor you.
The Truman Show isn't complicated, and it doesn't need to be. It shows how effective a comedy can be when actual thought is put into it. The movie is clever, smart, and punny, and it doesn't rely on crude jokes to get a laugh. I believe that everybody should watch this film, as it shows how great the comedy genre can be. Stay tuned to WMCM. Nate Weggy-Haupt will be back with this weekend's weather.
Explore your fitness. Explore healthy eating. Explore your health. Staying healthy in college can be hard. Living Lacrosse makes it easy with simple tips and tricks for anyone and everyone. From cooking to exercising, Living Lacrosse is here to help you live your best life. Catch Living Lacrosse Tuesdays at 2:45 or 4:30 on WMCM Campus Channel 200 or Charter Channel 989. Living Lacrosse, the collegiate guide to health.
Almost Live in Lax. It's an original show made by students from La Crosse, Wisconsin. A place where you'll find busy students, a beautiful campus, an active lifestyle, a lot to learn, a lot to see, and a whole lot to do. So join us in the WMCM studio, grab your popcorn, and get ready for Almost Live in Lax. Campus Channel 200 and Charter Cable Channel 989.
Well, we had a pretty rough stretch of weather at the beginning of the week, but with spring break just around the corner, we have some great weather coming here. Tonight we're going to be around 33 degrees, mostly cloudy with some southeasterly winds at around 11 miles per hour, so it won't be too terrible. Tomorrow we're looking at partly cloudy, but the winds are going to be mostly gone, only 2 miles per hour-ish, and we're looking at a high of around 38, so we're getting that spring weather here. We're almost into spring here. Coming up on Saturday, we're looking at mostly cloudy and even nicer here. We got 43 degrees and almost no wind, 2 miles per hour coming in from the west, so we're looking at pretty nice. Sunday, high of around 44, partly cloudy still, and still not a whole lot of wind. We're looking at 3-ish miles per hour coming in from the west there. So spring break's just around about here. We're looking pretty great. And now, here's Chloe Lorenz with this week's interview.
Hello everybody, today I'm here with Alex, and he is an exchange student coming to us from Dubai. So Alex, could you tell us a little bit about your exchange experience here in the US?
Well, it's been a very positive experience. I did my first year back home in Dubai, but then I transferred here because the level of science instruction there wasn't quite as good as it is here.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And so far, I think I could say I'm getting my money's worth.
That's good to hear. So what are some similarities between education here in the States versus over in Dubai?
Well, a lot of the course structure is very similar, which was a good thing because when I came to transfer my courses, they all of them transferred perfectly.
Oh, that is definitely nice.
Yeah.
If you can't get your transfers to transfer over, that'd be terrible.
Yes.
So I know this is a really tough question because Dubai is your home, but if you had to choose between staying here or Dubai, where would you choose?
You're right, that is a tough question.
That's why I asked it.
But I think that I'm just going to follow where the opportunities in my career take me. Like, that's a bigger priority to me than living in either one. I have no preference, basically.
Okay. And what exactly is your major that you're here for?
Chemistry major.
Oh, nice. And do you do some research with that?
Yes, so I did some research last summer as a volunteer, and right now this semester I'm doing more research for credit.
So do you usually work alone or with teams on those research projects?
Well, kind of. Some of the work is within the group if we're brainstorming ideas for reaction plans or if we're discussing our results, but most of the actual lab work is on my own.
Okay, wow. And what kind of materials do you use or handle and study in your research?
Well, a lot of them can be very harmless because we typically work with very small concentrations for safety reasons. But in organic chemistry, which is what I'm doing right now, all of the solvents we're using are flammable.
Oh, wow. That would be a little bit scary, so I guess that's a potential risk working in there. Yeah. So one last question to wrap up the interview. Where do you think you see yourself in the next 5 years? Do you think you'll still be in school, in the States maybe?
I'll probably be in the States. I'm trying to get into grad school that I'm planning ahead for right now. So I will be a very tired graduate student in 5 years.
Well, it was great talking with you, Alex. We really appreciate you being here on the show. Yeah. All right, guys, why don't you stay tuned for Jason Cashman. We'll be right back with this week's sports. And make sure you take a look at those perfect pets that we've got coming up right after this.
Hi there, my name's Winnie. I'm a sweet girl who loves to take cat naps and cuddle up with my favorite people. If I sound like your kind of girl, apply for me today. Hi, I'm Acacia, and I'm full of spunk. I'm very outgoing and would fit right into just about any home. If you want a friend who loves to play, consider taking me home.
Hi, I'm Julio, and I love to explore new places. I'm a little shy at first, but once I get to know you, I can be very affectionate. Will you find me a forever home?
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Coulee Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the phone number for the Coulee Region Humane Society is 781-4014. The UWL baseball team is back in action this week as they had a game this past Tuesday against the University of St. Thomas in Minneapolis. They played at the US Bank Stadium, and UWL got their first of hopefully many wins in a 2-0 shutout win. Masick McMahon went 4 1/3 innings, striking out 10 during that span, on his way to securing the win. Luke Schmidt, a freshman left fielder, was the leading hitter against St. Thomas, going 1 for 3 with an RBI. UWL is hoping to have a little bit of a bounce-back year after finishing 11-9 in conference play last year. Over spring break, UWL will be heading to Florida for a long road trip where they have 11 games over the course of 7 days. That's a brutal road trip to be on, but I'm sure the guys are thrilled to be playing again. Let's wish them luck heading into the season. And if you happen to be free on Saturday, March 24th at around noon, I think, that is the team's first home game, weather permitted, of course, we're in Wisconsin. Go out to Copeland Park and support your UWL baseball team. Moving on to softball now. A couple weekends ago, the Eagles had a doubleheader in Rochester and sadly lost both games by a score of 4-3 and then 6-3. Not a good start to the year for the girls, but they're hoping to bounce back from that 2-game skid on their trip to Arizona over spring break, where they also have a busy schedule, playing a whopping 15 games over the span of 7 days. One of those games is a JV game, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they will not have any time off during their spring break. I'm sure those girls are excited to be in Arizona finally, playing the sport they love after a long off-season. Hopefully, UWL can improve their good season in conference last year, where they went 10-4 and finished second in conference behind Whitewater. UWL is currently not ranked inside the top 40, but I have a feeling that will change after the Arizona trip. Let's wish the softball team good luck on their season and in Arizona. If you want to go and watch and support your softball team, you'll have to wait until April 2nd when they have their home opener against the crosstown rival Viterbo at 3 o'clock. Each week, we profile a student athlete in WMCM's Athlete of the Week segment. Here's Ken Stowe with Eagles women's basketball star Elise DeNoyer.
Welcome, this is Ken Stowe for UWL's Athlete of the Week segment. Today I'm joined by Elise DeNoyer. She recently won WIAC Player of the Year for women's basketball. So Elise, with that title, Player of the Year, I think it's safe to say that you're UWL's best player. Modesty aside, all right. So what kind of drives you, because I also understand you're kind of a gym rat, what drives you to continue to improve your game?
I think it's kind of been brought up in me ever since I was little. Both my older brother and older sister and my younger brother all play college sport. So I guess that's just what I've been around my whole life, and I don't know anything other than that.
Wow, so it kind of runs in the family, yeah. this drive. So since you're kind of, again, modesty aside, kind of one of the better players on the team, what's an aspect of your game that you continually work on, you find yourself always going back to?
My go-to is probably driving. Throughout my whole life, I've been working on my quickness and everything, so I think that gives me a step. Sometimes I think I can get a step on girls, so that's kind of my go-to move. If I can beat them off the dribble, then I can get a pull-up or find someone else to kick it to. So that's kind of my go-to move, my go-to thing to work on.
Great, great. Okay, so last question for you today. So WIAC Player of the Year, that's kind of the title. So what is a bigger honor for you? WIAC Player of the Year or UWL's Athlete of the Week? I mean, come on.
UWL's Athlete of the Week.
There it is, folks. I can't, okay, kidding aside, thank you very much, Elise, for joining us. It's been a pleasure to get to know you. And I'm just going to send it right back to you guys in the studio. This is Ken Stowe for UWL's Athlete of the Week. Thank you.
Moving on to our final sports story, UWL has two great tennis teams right now as the guys and girls are both in mid-season form. The girls are out to a strong start, posting a 10-2 record so far while being 4-2 in conference play. The girls team is on a 5-game winning streak heading into spring break where they will hopefully add 4 more victories to that current streak. The guys have started out a little bit slower than the girls, but are still posting a strong 8-3 record overall. The guys have not yet started conference play, but they will after spring break. UWL's men's team had a solid 6-game winning streak before this past Sunday, where they lost 6-3. The guys had 5 matches over spring break, where they should hopefully be able to get another winning streak started before conference play. Both teams are going to Orlando, Florida over spring break, so that's just another sports team we can be jealous of while we stay here in the cold weather. The guys have a couple of home matches coming up in late March for you tennis enthusiasts who want to go catch a match. The girls have one more home match this year on March 31st, so make sure you go support your UWL men and women's tennis teams. You'll not be disappointed. And that's all for this week's sports.
Thanks for the rose, Charlie.
Oh, of course.
It really means a lot. It's a very nice gesture on this Women's Day. So, boys, you have spring break plans?
Yeah. Charlie,
what are you guys doing?
I am going to Hawaii with the family.
You're going to Hawaii? Wow.
Oh, wow.
Beaches.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm so excited.
What are you doing, Cashman?
I'm going to watch some March Madness basketball with my dad at B-Dubs, hopefully. Drink some beer.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Well, that just
Got
sounds
some
great.
It sounds like a fantastic time.
I like B-Dubs.
What are you doing?
I'm going to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
But until then, have a great spring break, everybody. We'll see you right back here this week. Thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. Make sure to join us next Thursday at 4:30 right here on campus.